everybody, I am MoeChicken. Welcome to my stream. How y'all doing? Having a good Tuesday, I hope. Tonight we are going to be playing Crash Bandicoot. As you may well know, if you watch my regular channel, I just finished up a playthrough of Crash Bandicoot 1. It was a very good time, and I mentioned at some point during the series that if anyone would like to see me try to get the remainder of the gems, that I would be happy to do so, because it sounded fun. And fortunately for me, someone did actually comment. Go figure, that apparently they wanted enough to actually bother to comment. They said, yes, I would love to see you get the gems. So, hey, I'm happy with that. We're going to try and do it. Now, I don't know that I can get all the gems in one night. This may be 2 streams. I don't think it's going to take more than that. But we will get as many as we can, so let's go ahead and get into it. Also, how does it sound? It sounds like y'all are getting audio. I'm a little concerned that the connection on my PS, like I'm playing this on a PS2, and I'm a little concerned that the connection's not great. So let me know if there's any audio hiccups. I would appreciate it. Thank you. Well, I mean, it's fine. So that is a very useful trick if you didn't know about it. If you get the green gem, which I think you can get relatively early on, and you go to this level called Castle Machinery. The heck was that? Oh my gosh. I just heard a really strange noise outside. I'm not sure what that was. Anyway, yeah, if you go to Castle Machinery, they've got like 30 lives there. So it's great if you're trying to do exactly what we're trying to do. The first one we're going to is the lab. And I say that because I was playing this like after I finished the initial recording for this, I wanted to play more Crash Bandicoot. And so I decided to make like 2 save files. One that would keep the game in the state it was when I finished it, and another where I could just try to get the remainder of the gems. And one of the first ones I got was actually this one, which, if I remember correctly, is the blue gem. And we've actually encountered the blue gem a couple of times as a desirable thing. So if we get the blue gem, that'd be great. If it's a white gem and I just got mixed up, that's fine too. But we're still going to try and do it. Now, also, I should mention, it's been a little while since last I played Crash Bandicoot, so I will probably be a little bit rusty, a little bit off. I will do my best. I will do my best to become de-rustified. And, oh, yes! This guy. Mr. Howie Scream over here. It's so intense! It's so pointlessly intense. Hang on a sec. I was watching a stream back the other day. The audio wasn't loud enough. I'm going to bump up the game audio a little bit. Let me know if it's overpowering, okay? Just because I was noticing that, like, sometimes I have a lot of trouble balancing my audio for streams. You know, like I see other people stream and their audio sounds great, and I'm like, mine sounds so amateurish. I want it to sound better. So, oh, this guy. I forgot about this guy. Okay, good. All right. So yeah, just I don't know. I want to try and make sure of that. All right. Over here. Very convenient that. Now, if I remember correctly, it doesn't actually matter if you use dynamite or TNT to blow up things. TNT, which is not actually dynamite, by the way. It's so intense. Why is it so intense? It will also count. So I think we should still be fine. Oh! Dang it. I'm gonna go back and do it again. That was pretty close to the end, too. Yeah. Lame. It's gonna be a lot of reloading tonight. A lot of reloading. A lot of going back to do it again. That is the nature of trying to do this. So I hope y'all enjoyed the Crash Bandicoot series, for those that watched it. I had forgotten how much I enjoyed this game until I played it again. And this is the only Crash Bandicoot I've ever played. Like, this is the only thing from the entire franchise that I've ever played. I haven't played, like, Crash 2 or 3, or Crash 4, I guess, now exists as well. It's a bad idea. Well. Dead. Okay. Never played, like, Crash Team Racing, or Twin Sanity, or any of those other games. I only ever played the first one. And I liked it. There's no real reason why I didn't play any further ones. I think probably the only rationale as to why I didn't play beyond this point was that when this game would have been popular, my only access to a PlayStation was my friend up the street, that I've mentioned many times, and he just wasn't interested in playing more Crash Bandicoot, so he never bothered to, like, either buy or rent any of the subsequent games. I think the closest we came to trying other Crash Bandicoot games was when we had, like, demo. Why did I do that? I just expected the ground to show up. Nope. No good. Lose it again. Lose. Actually, on the subject of that, that's an idea I've had for some time that I'm curious how people would think about it. If you didn't know, back when I was a kid, back when the PlayStation was big, a particular I think it was GamePro, either GamePro or Game Informer, one of those two, which is a gaming magazine, offered their subscribers a set of demo discs, which were what they sound like. They were like discs that just had a bunch of demos for games on them. And I really enjoyed those. Like, I find demo discs to be kind of like a fascinating little slice of games at the time. And in the past, I don't think they're too terribly many. I think there's only, like, I don't know, 50 maybe for the original PlayStation. Maybe not even that many. Would y'all be interested if I tried to get my hands on some of those old demo discs, and maybe we just kind of, like, streamed the contents? I would enjoy it, you know, just to kind of see the various games that existed on these demos, because I haven't seen them in so long. But, I don't know, that's an idea. That's an idea that I've had in the past, and I was like, oh, I wonder if people would like that. So, please let me know. Sound off on that if that sounds interesting to you. Thank you. I'm always interested in trying to find new and unusual content, particularly if it is obscure. Big fan of obscure content, so... Yep. Like, not too terribly long ago, Mr. Ian Brutalmoose did a kind of fun stream where he had obtained a, I think it was GamePro. He'd obtained like no, it was like Dreamcast magazine. Oh, what the heck, dude? No, I have to do it again. It was like Dreamcast magazine or something. Anyway, it was like the Shenmue edition. And he had obtained both the magazine and the demo disc associated with it. And he just kind of streamed looking through the magazine and then playing the demo disc. And it's such like a weirdly niche thing, but I found it fascinating. You know, I just find it so... And like, for example, one of the kind of thing that I would find interesting would be to find something that, you know, like, find something in the demo or in the early, like, media for it that, you know, didn't actually come to fruition. Like, for example, one thing that showed up in the what do you call it, the magazine, that proved to not be the case was, apparently, at that point in production of Shenmue, Shenhua's, how do you say her? Is it Shenhua? Her name was wrong. So, like, in the magazine, they described her as, Shenhua Ling, or Xinhua Rei, R-E-I. And, you know, fans of the series might know her name is actually Xinhua Ling. So I just sort of found that interesting. You know, it's like, oh, that's not correct. That's a mistake. I don't know. I find that interesting. So I'm rambling about it. I'm just curious. It would give me a great excuse to go out and buy a bunch of demo discs. Give me a good excuse to be like, oh no, it's because people wanted it. It's not just because I'm a man-child who just wants things from his childhood. No, it's because people wanted to see it. I'm a chicken of the people. Yes, that's the intent here. Oh, what? What happened? Does he get too close to him? All right, well, do it again. Oh. I'm gonna have to make a lot of conversation during this because we're gonna be doing the same levels over and over again. I mean, hopefully I'll get better as we go, but for right now, it's gonna be a lot of the same stuff over and over again. Especially until we have a good stock of various colored gems. Because like if you didn't know, if you're not familiar with Crash Bandicoot or you didn't watch my series, a major mechanic in Crash Bandicoot in terms of like bonus material is this series of gems, little like diamonds and emeralds and rubies and stuff like so on, that you get by beating a level and breaking every crate in the level, and also doing it without losing a life. So if you beat the level and you break all the crates and you don't die even once, you get a gem. And different levels provide different gems. However, most of the gems are white, so they're just like diamonds. But some of them have color, and the colored gems will show up in levels and provide you with an additional moving platform that is usually essential to get all the crates. Like, as we saw earlier, the green gem will allow you to get all those extra lives. In some other level, it might allow you to get to a platform you wouldn't otherwise get to. That kind of thing. And so, the colored gems are very valuable. And as I mentioned before, I played a little bit of this sort of on my own because I just want to play it. And, oh good. I was hoping that would happen, actually. This guy is annoying. Nuts! Do it again! The blue gem is useful because a lot of levels use the blue gem. I say a lot. I think it's 3, which doesn't sound like many, but there's only like 30 levels in the game, so that's like a 10th of them. So it's no small number. But you gotta do it in one life. That's the challenge. That's the beauty pot, bitchy. I don't even know what that's a reference to. That's a, I am referencing that same friend, growing up. We, as children do, you know, designed our own vernacular of stupid phrases that we thought were fun to say. And that was one of his. He would say, "That's the beauty pot, Richie." And I used to think he was saying, "That's the beauty pot," P-O-T, as in like, you know, something you would cook food in, and or a common name for an illicit substance. Less illicit now, which is fortunate. But it's supposed to be part, P-A-R-T, and I think the quote was from like a gangster movie or something, and so like someone was trying to like describe a plan to Richie, and he's like, "That's the beauty part, Richie," as in like that's the crux of the plan. My friend would just kind of say it, "That's the beauty pot, Richie," and because we didn't know what it was, we were like, "We don't know what this means. It sounds cool though, so I'm gonna say it over and over again." Like we used to say, "Jazz it up, spruce." It's a really dumb thing, but I used to say it proudly. "Hello, sir." Bam! Well, it didn't do it this time. There's some other stupid things we used to say. I remember this one thing that my friend would say pretty rarely. He didn't say this one very often, but it was, I think, a reference to like a Saturday Night Live or something. But it it was someone with like a heavy accent saying, "My name is Serge, not Sarge. Sarge. It sounds like a laundry detergent." Again, no idea where it comes from. No, dang it! Like 2 more rooms is the end of that stage. Okay, let's scope out a little bit so we can know what happens after that, just so we can know for the future. I was hoping that the power of Sarge and his laundry detergent would help me, but alas, it did not. I mean, tell me I'm not the only person who did that. You just, like, made up stupid phrases with your friends and you would just say them because kids don't know when a joke gets old. I know that because I'm a giant child and I still don't know when a joke gets old. I did it again. I did it again. Why can you pause the death screen? What's the point of pausing the game on, like, the death screen? It's not like you can exit the level when you're dead. It's just like you can pause the wonder of your being... Oh, I'm dead. I'm super dead. But you know what? This is not helping out. I'll just do it again. Just do it again. Whatever. It's fine. Yeah, we just made up dumb phrases, and we thought things were funny when they weren't. And you know how it is. That's how kids are. What else is going on, though? I had an absolutely wonderful weekend this weekend. Lots of fun things happened this weekend. Probably the most fun for me was that I went to a cavern system near here. The area where I live has like a bunch of caves near it. And growing up, caves were a bit of a rarity. I didn't grow up anywhere that had caves. And so the idea of caverns is still really, really fascinating to me. And I had been talking to my dad earlier in the week, and I was talking about how frustrated I was that it felt like weeks were, you know, as you get older, kids understand this, as you get older, time will eventually compress and like weeks will fly by. It's very upsetting. And I was talking to Dad, it's like I don't do anything. I just work on, like, I work at work all week, and then on the weekends I work on personal projects, and then it's the next week of work again. It's like, what is my life? And so he's like, well, you should just like find something to go do this weekend. Go find something to have fun with. And I said, well, I was thinking about going to hike, but I think it's supposed to rain all weekend. He said, well, what if you went to like a cave? You've been to caves before up there, right? And I was like, that's not a bad idea. I like that idea. And so, yeah, so I looked on Google to find local caves, found a good one, and decided to go try it out. And, oh no! No, electrical man! Yep, found a good one to try it out. And, it was pretty cool. It claims to be the only cave in my area that has elevator access, which I guess is a kind of a funny thing. It did in fact have an elevator that you could ride down to the cave, although admittedly, getting down to the cave was like walking down 2 flights of stairs, so it wasn't exactly a challenge, but, you know, for people that are handicapped or have difficulty getting around, it makes a lot of sense. The cave itself, though, was very interesting. For people that like caves, they had cave bacon, which is fun. If you don't know what cave bacon is, it is a type of geologic feature. That may not be its official name, but that's what the guide called it. And it was sort of like a, from what I understand, the way they form is that they, like, if you know how normal stalactite forms, where over time water drops kind of continuously deposits sediment in one location, and it makes like a little lump, and then as it just keeps doing that over and over again, it builds up a whole stalactite. imagine that, but like horizontally. So like it forms in places where the water can kind of like drip down the side of a wall and make kind of like a row of stalactite sediment. And in doing so, it makes... Okay, I'm good. In doing so, it makes kind of like a little strip of rock that is thin enough that you can actually see through it or you can actually shine light through it. And because it's like sedimentary rock, it kind of looks like it's got layers, and it kind of looks like bacon. So I liked the cave bacon. That was fun. They had all kinds of fun. No, guy. Yeah, so it seems like if you get near him, at the wrong time, his because like he'll turn on his little electricals, and then they shut off after a second if you're not close by. But if you're close enough and he turns them on, you're just doomed, I think. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Which is not very much fun. Y'all getting real used to this one. That was my quickest death yet. So y'all getting real used to this one area? I'm going to be going through it a lot, apparently. I mean, admittedly, this is the last level of the game, so it makes sense that it's not an easy level, but... It's funny, too, because what it plays on is one of Crash Bandicoot's biggest failings, namely difficulty with, like, forward platforming, or, like, away from the screen platforming, you know? Like, I feel as though if this was a side-scrolling section, it would be a lot easier to judge those sorts of things. But because it is not, there's a lot of challenge. A lot of challenge with the platforming. A lot of challenge with the platforming. Anyway, so that was fun. What else was fun in the caves? They had a lot of cool lighting in the caves, which I liked. Like they did things where they had multicolored lights set up to create interesting like lighting effects and shadows and so forth. That was very enjoyable. Trying to think if they had any other really cool structures. They had this one section of like, I think she said it was calcite crystals that had formed into like a long white column that was like sparkly. And apparently, like she said that people had actually gotten married there before. Like they'd actually used this particular area with its beautiful calcite crystals as like a wedding venue. Not for like the entire wedding, but like for the actual process of get hitched. Which I thought was pretty neat. I don't know that I would want to get married in a cave. But, you know, if you do want to get married in a cave, it's cool that there are opportunities to do so. Nope. Okay. Fall in the hole! Okay. Blep. Alright, I got this now. I got the bouncy blob. Oh, bouncy blob! Okay. Hang on. Whoop! Okay. Alright, well, here's some extra lives. That's cool. I like those. What's next? Huh? Oh, this part. Okay, I remember this part. Come on, man. Okay, yeah. There's a little safe spot over here. Okay, wait for it. Herp! Yeah? Oh, come on, man. Okay, I think I got it. Yeah! Oh, come on, man. Is that enough? Can I be done with this level? Yay! Alright, first gem down. And I think it's the blue one. Yeah? Blue gem? Yellow gem. It's not the blue gem, it's the yellow gem. Okay. Well, I mean, that's still a colored gem, so that's still good. All right, well, so now we got to go back and try to find a place where we can use the yellow gem, which will get us the next thing. In the meantime, I wonder if I can get those extra lives again. I don't think you can. I think it's once per load of the save file, but let's find out. Yeah, they're not here. That'd be a little cheap. Oh well, fine. And now Crash. Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say Crash will have many crates dropped on his head, but I guess because I've already gotten the gem there, they don't show that little sequence anymore. All right. Jaws of Darkness, I think, requires the blue gem. We'll check it out though. Why not? Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Oh. Yeah, the only one I remembered was... Well, I guess I didn't remember it. The only one I remember needing to do because it provided a colored gem was the lab. But again, I thought it was the blue one. Whatever. It's fine. Now, one thing I'm hoping will not prove to be an issue. Shortly after I finished recording the Crash Bandicoot series, my PlayStation 1 actually conked out, and I brought it to like my local game store thinking that they could fix it. And apparently I had absolutely abysmal timing on this. Because like apparently the week I brought it in was the same week that their game technician like quit. And so they have had my PlayStation 1 for months now. It has been months since I brought that thing in. I mean, the good news is I have a PlayStation 2, and then also I've actually got the PS1. Like the model of PlayStation that I wanted to have repaired was a original gray PlayStation. And I still have like a white PS1, so I've got options. But you know, I wanted my gray PlayStation fixed. So, but the reason I found out that it was having problems was actually because certain levels in this game weren't like loading properly. Kind of afraid to do it that way. Let's do that. Namely, there's one level. The I think it's toxic waste would absolutely never load for some reason. So I'm really hoping that we can get that one to work. So we'll see. In the meantime, we'll continue through the jaws of darkness, which is a pretty cool name for a level, if I'm being honest. That's a neat name for a level. Ooh. Whoa. Boink. Buddy, buddy, booyah. Oh, I need the blue gem here. Ugh, fine. Leave. Lame. I remember I remember there was some gem you needed. Lights out. Alright, well, we're just going to go. Just keep trying levels until we find something with a yellow gem. You know what else? I mentioned in my playthrough of this that there was a stage that had like a part at the beginning where you were supposed to like turn around and get a bunch of crates like behind the entrance. I never did find that stage actually, and I wonder if I just made that up or where I got that memory from. You know, it's like I've got like a Mandela effect for something that only corresponds with me. It's like something I remember that I feel very resolute about, but I have no evidence of. Who can say? I do want this. One cool thing about this level is that, you know, since you're constantly getting Aku Akus, you're constantly protected by Aku Aku. That's very nice. Here come the deadly rats. Here they come. The rats. They're here to rat about. Burp. Okay. Aha! Yellow gem. Okay. That's a cool picture. Oh, what? Well, this is odd. Yeah? Oh, that's what I had to do. Okay. Neato. Perfect. What do I get for it? Ooh, a pink gem. Nice. Nice to ice. Very good. I'm curious about people out there who've done this before. You know, have you ever bothered to get all the gems in Crash Bandicoot? Have you ever played Crash Bandicoot, for that matter? That's also an interesting question. Slippery climb is doable. Now, again, if you watched my series, you will know I had a bit of a rough time with this level. I'm not happy to be playing it again. It needs to be done eventually, though, and it is doable without any gems, so we'll give it like a couple of goes, and then maybe try something else. And put it off for later. This is a very long level, and it's not easy. It's not easy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to hear if people have played Crash Bandicoot before, because it's always interesting to me to hear when people and folks have or have not played like the origin point of a famous series, you know? Because I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna be like, I don't know who Crash Bandicoot is, but they might be like, he's that orange guy. I know about him, but I never played any of his games. I could honestly see that being the case. And so it's like intriguing to me to find out if people have bothered to, you know, like go back and play the history, or if they're just sort of like, no, I'll just play Crash 4. That's good enough for me, or even just the remakes, you know, because since there are 3 like HD remakes now that are like done with updated graphics and stuff, like it's questionable whether it's even worth bothering to play the original. I'd like to believe so, but you know, I could very easily see that opinion. So, curious if people have played it. Curious if they have, like, you know, fond memories. Because I have fond memories of this game. For all that, you know, getting all the gems is a bit of a hassle. But a worthwhile endeavor if someone wanted to see it. Oh, okay. Okay. It's very nerve-wracking. Actually, this area kind of reminds me of a stage from Castlevania Rondo of Blood. There's a stage, is it Rondo of Blood or is it Dracula X? No, it's Dracula X, which is based on Rondo of Blood, but anyway. There's a stage that has, like, you climbing a wall, like a bunch of Medusa heads and stuff, and this place kind of reminds me of it. There you go. Okay, well, never mind. Try it again. Whoa. Wow. 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 Okay. I want to say that Oni ND, or wait, Oni NG, excuse me, got like famous off of a Let's Play of this game where he did like a really good impression of Crash's Woe or something. I don't know. Shouldn't talk about things I don't know anything about. I know. It's not a good plan. Oh, geez, this guy. Eh. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. Alright. Herp. We're not actually to, like, the worst thing in the level, which is a jump to get some crates. I'm not looking forward to that. Not there yet. Only 2? Uh-oh. I feel like I should have had 3 by there. Okay, well. I might have missed something. We'll have to find out. Have to find out. So I don't actually know if these little arms hurt you, but I just kind of assume they do, you know? If it's something you could kill, I feel like it's probably violent. Oh no, never mind. There's the third nitrous brio. Huh. Okay. Herp. I did it! Good thing those aren't required to get the gem for the level. It's a good thing that is supplemental, because boy howdy. Those nitrous brio ones are not easy to do. I mean, in my experience, the one... Oh, this is it. That's the jump that's so awful. Okay, I'm in. I gotta get back out. Okay. Okay, I'm alive. Hooray. When's the level end? Am I almost there? Oh, I am actually almost there. Oh, it's just this dude. It's this dude, and I have an Aku Aku. Good thing I did. I think I did it. I think I may have done it. Did I do it? Oh, he's jumping. Oh, Lord, he's jumping. Yay! Yay! I got another gem. What color is it? It's reddish. Wa-da-da! Yay! Well, we had some troubles with the lab, but things are going along pretty well since. Now, I remember that you can use that orange gem in the other one of the bridge levels. So perhaps we will go back there. Or better yet, let's just kind of go back out of the way, back to the beginning, and just get as much done as we can. North Sandy Beach. First is Great Gate. Let's check it out. We've actually got a fair number of colored gems now. That's awesome. Food of the gods. Food of the gods. That's kind of what it sounds like he's saying to me. Food of the gods. Food of the gods. I don't think he is. I think he's just saying gibberish, but it sounds sort of like food of the gods to me. Food of the gods. Boing. Boing. Food of the gods. Okay. I like how that monkey's just like freaking out. He's just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh boy, things are so much easier at the beginning of the game. It's like, oh, things are lovely at the beginning of the game. So much easier. Bonk. Oh, I'm invincible. Hello, I'm invincible. I'm wearing a mask. You cannot see my face, and therefore I am protected. Protected from danger due to my mask. Oh, potty potty bootia. Okay. Never mind. Bonk. Herp. Aha! Yellow gems. All right, we needed this. Cool. Oh, I remember this. Most of the level actually happened, like I want to say that the remainder of this level is fairly extensive. I think that's the level. I remember there was at least one level where, like, before you hit the colored gem section, you'd only gone through like half the level. Is it this one? It may be this one. Which I find such a strange, like a very odd notion that a large section of the level would be hidden by... Oh, geez, what? Oh, no! Now I have to do it again! Boo! Whatever. But yeah, I remember there was at least one level that did that, and I remember thinking, it's like, that's odd. Because normally when you would think that it would be just sort of like, like a small section that would be cordoned off by some sort of bonus item. But no, whatever level that is. Maybe it's this one. There's a bunch left afterward. So that's cool. I mentioned it during the series. I do still really love the design of this game. I think I mentioned it in the series, but I'll go ahead and mention it again here. How I was reading, like, I have a book, like an art book called I think it's just called Crash Bandicoot. How Willy the Wombat sparked marsupial mania, I think is what it's called. And the book itself is pretty straightforward, actually. It's just sort of the complete... Oh. First time chat. I'm laughing to death. You have that book too. Welcome, welcome. It is a cool book. Yeah, it's just sort of like the design documents of this game. And it was very interesting. But it talked about a lot of things related to when they were coming up with the design for this game. One of the things that they apparently did to try to, like... yeah, it's the production notes. Great. Alright, do it again. Start select. One of the things they tried to do to make sure that everything, like, stood out and was, like, readable was that they would play the game while squinting. The game designers would, like, play the beta, like, the alpha versions of the game, squinting, to make sure that they could easily spot Crash at all times, first of all, and then also figure out, like, where everything is. It's missing some content from an earlier release, though. Well, I mean, it's still cool. How often do you actually get to see, like, the official design documents of a video game? Like, almost the entirety of what went into it. So cool. So, I like it. Also, welcome, welcome. Are you then a fan of the Crash Bandicoot series? Laughing to death. Hopefully you're not actually laughing to death. That would be unfortunate. I need you to stick around for a little bit longer than that. As I've said before, I'm a fan of the series. Or I'm a fan of this game. I can't say I'm a fan of the series, because I've only ever played this one game. But I do like it. So. Am I going to get the new game next month? Is there a new Crash Bandicoot coming out? Oh, you can certainly say so. I didn't even know there was a new one coming out. I don't know why you exclamation point Discord. I'm guessing that's a more common feature that I don't have on my particular chat. But yes, I did not know that there was a, Nobody knows about the new game? Oh, okay. Is it like a mainline Crash game? Like, is it... I mean, I'm pretty sure they already came out with, Crash 4, so... Is this Crash 5, or is this something else? I'm curious. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, it's like, I don't really have a good reason why I never went back and played the other ones. I just kind of, never got around to it. It's a 4v4 team platformer thingy. Oh, well, that sounds kind of cool. What's it for? Is it a console release, or is it like Steam, or what's it coming out on? That sounds like it would be interesting. And for that matter, what's it called? I need to know the name so I can look it up. Ah. Is it like a party game kind of thing? Or is it like an actual regular platformer that just something like New Super Mario Brothers or something? Crash Team Rumble. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for letting me know about it. I had not heard about it, but I will check it out. Can I go anywhere here? Huh. Nope. Is it just that? It may just be that. Okay. Cool. Oh, that's all it was. Oh, okay. 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 Oh. Come on, spiky thing. Deadly spike-head bat. Bonk. Burp. Alright, are there secrets over here? Are there secrets over here, or is it just a shortcut? Say pre-order the physical copy as a B-Day present. Is your birthday coming up as well? If so, congratulations. Alright, I gotta go back and hit that other crate now. Back again. PS4, 5, Xbox. It does require an online service subscription to play, though. Is it just like the standard, like PlayStation Plus, or is it something else? Because I have like PlayStation Plus, and that's fine. Can I still get up there? No. Okay. Yeah, I'm not wild about, like, I get why subscription services have like taken off nowadays. But man, I remember back in my day when you could just get a video game and then you had it. You didn't have to pay for it every month. I know. That was nice. That was a nice thing. Whatever. Times change. I get it. This is that level I was talking about, by the way, where it's like more than half the level is actually past the first exit to the level. Which is an odd way to design a level, I think, but whatever. It's fine. Bang! Bang! Yep. Bang! Jump! Boing! Boing! Eh. You go there. Okay. Flip. I kind of want all those Wampa fruits! By the way, that was something I got wrong in my playthrough. Those are not peaches, they're Wampa fruits. So even though there are millions of them, millions for free, they are Wampa fruits. The presidents of the United States would not be happy with these, but they are Wampa fruits. Boing, boing, boing. Did I do it? Yes, I did! Playing the beta last month was free at least. That's cool. I gotta check it out. Thank you for letting me know about it. Alright, did we get anything cool? White gem's still good. It'll still get us closer to Tawna, and that's the goal. So what's the game like? Like, is it a game where you use, like, different characters have, like, different abilities? Like, Crash does one thing, and Tawna does something else, and his sister, whose name I can't remember now, does something else? Or is it just sort of like Mario 3D World, where they'll play the same kind of thing? I guess what I'm asking is, do they play differently? If so, that's awesome, because I was excuse me. Good job, me. I was way into Super Mario 3D World. Oh, cool. All right. Yeah. That's exciting. Yeah, I was way into Mario 3D World. I gotta play that on my channel at some point. The only downside with 3D World is that, like, it's been played a lot by higher profile people than me. So it's like, I know there's not going to be much I can add other than just adoration. I just really liked that game. I think I can get this one now. Oink, oink, oink. Main goal is to collect Wampas. Score them at your bank. Is it Wampa or is it Wampa? I thought it was Wampa fruit. Is it Wampa fruit? I do like Wampa fruit, though. It looks very tasty. Although apparently the innards are purple, as we learned from that one idle animation. So there is that. See you later. You see the trailer for the new Twisted Metal show? No, I didn't. They're making it into a TV show? That's weird. I wondered what direction they're gonna go with it. Like, Twisted Metal was one of those games that I was way into the second one, and to a lesser degree the first one. But like every other incarnation, oh, I need the orange gem here. Boo. All right, see you later. I know that there's a Wumpa Fruit G Fuel. I never had it, but it does look. Kind of want to get a custom cake for my birthday since the cake artist where I work is really talented. You work at a place with a cake artist? That's cool. Cake artist. You should do it. I mean, if you can afford it. That sounds like a fun thing. What would you have it look like? Would it be like looking like Crash or like a Wumpa, or what would you want it to look like? Out of curiosity. I don't think I've ever had like a cake designed by an artist. I mean, I had cakes designed by my mother, and she is an artist of sorts, but not specifically a cake artist. The idea of having an artistically designed cake sounds very appealing. Sounds quite posh, as it were. Funny how me people's only point of reference is Twisted Metal Black. Yeah, like Twisted Metal Black, I didn't like. The funny thing about the Twisted Metal games, and I remember a reviewer talking about this once, is that the game. Oh, okay. I didn't expect that, but cool. The game itself is like extremely. Oh, I still jumped even though I was invincible. I still jumped from the explosion. That's annoying. The actual games are like silly. You know, you're driving around in a car and blowing up other people with missiles, and there's like a dude in a ice cream truck who's a clown. You know, there's like a lot of stupid stuff in the Twisted Metal games, and some of them though were like extremely like dark and brooding and stuff, and they like really lean hard into the twisted part, and I think that's where it loses me. Like what I liked so much about Twisted Metal 2 was it was a good intersection between having stories that were kind of like dark and tragic and silliness. Like I remember I was turned off of Twisted Metal 3 because they leaned way hard into the silliness. That was the one that had like the part where you blow up Santa Claus's workshop on the North Pole. You know, it's like that's dumb. That's really stupid. And I just it sounds really stupid. And then you have Twisted Metal Black, which was like, you know, crazy dark. And if you're not really into like dark, weird, tragic stories, it's not that much fun. Let's see. There's always been some comedy to the extent Black goes full horror. Looking back at the whole monkey's paw thing really aggravates me. Yeah, I don't know. I think that Twisted Metal 2 did the best. I really liked Calypso in that one. I love the art style. I like how it had like a American comic book art style. And I don't know, it was cool. I liked the levels. I liked everything about it. I like Twisted Metal 2. I'm gonna play Twisted Metal 2 on my channel someday. The downside being I'm not good at it. And so like if I want to beat it, I might have to resort to some cheatery. Hopefully I won't, but I might have to resort to some cheatery. We'll see. I have beaten it before, but I've only ever beaten it with there's actual comic book for Twisted Metal 2? I did not know that. You have all kinds of interesting PlayStation facts, sir, or madam. Very interesting. Oh, I need the blue gem! Doggone it! No! Exit! Ugh! Might make a Sweet Tooth action figure? How would you make a Sweet Tooth action figure? Like, what means do you do to make it? Do you 3D print? I'm an avid 3D printer myself. So. I would be interested to hear what means you wish to employ to make a Sweet Tooth action video. I honestly was never that into Sweet Tooth. Let's see, I'll reference Twisted Metal 2 because that was my favorite. I liked Thumper. I liked, Axel. I liked Axel a lot. Like, me and my friend, who I've mentioned numerous times, that had a PlayStation, we would, when we would co-op, he would always play as Warthog, and I would play as Axel, which was a surprisingly well-balanced team. You had one guy that was heavy, and you had one guy that could reliably attack from far away. Who else did I like? I liked Thumper when I played on my own. Although Thumper's ending was, you know, tragic as are so many. Warthogs as well. Actually, all three of those characters, Thumper, Warthog, and Axel, have terrible endings, which I will not spoil. But yeah, things don't work out great for any of them. I actually think there are only a few endings in Twisted Metal 2 that are actually, like, good endings, so to speak. One of which I will actually spoil, because I just think it's interesting. Your favorite character was always Hammerhead. They had kind of a funny ending. We want to fly! Oh my gosh. I also like how each one of the character profiles had, like, a little blurb written by the character. And I remember theirs was, like, a silly poem about why they wanted to fly. Man, I loved that game. I played so much Twisted Metal 2. You'd think I'd be better at it. But, like, I could routinely get to Tokyo, but then I just couldn't beat the final boss. Every time I would get there and I'd just be like, nope, can't beat him. Can't beat the final boss. It's got 2 phases. Ugh, freaking Dark Tooth. And I'm spoiling a lot of things. Sorry about that. If y'all are interested in playing Twisted Metal 2 and you're not familiar with it. I'm giving a lot of stuff away, but I love that game. I can't help but talk about it. Oh, body, yeah. Yeah, okay. Blip. The FMV endings for Twisted Metal 1 are really something. They had FMV endings? I remember they had a text scroll ending. I never even bothered with Twisted Metal 4. I was so turned off by Twisted Metal 3 that I was like, nope, we're done. I don't want any more of this. It was just so stupid. It was just such a dumb game. The art was bad. It's just stupid. Freaking Twisted Metal 3. I love Twisted Metal 2 so much. It's so good. Although they didn't have Darkside in Twisted Metal 2. I wish they had Darkside. They had Minion, which was cool, I guess, but Darkside was cooler. Oh, that's unfortunate. There we go. Get it that way. I loved Darkside, though. They brought Darkside back, but unfortunately they brought him back to Twisted Metal 3, which I didn't like, so... unfortunate thing. Small Brawl, it's more flack than... That was a PSP one, wasn't it? I don't think I ever played that. It's like the one where, like, I want to say the cover art has, like, a childlike Sweet Tooth with, like, an RC car or something like that. There were a lot of PSP games that I kind of wish I had bothered to try, but I just don't like handhelds. That's really what it comes down to. Not a fan of handhelds. Especially the PlayStation ones, because they... A friend of mine pointed this out to me once. He said that, like, one of the problems that Sony made with a lot of their... Or Sony ran into with a lot of their handhelds was that they tried to make, like, full... I guess, console releases of games on a system that didn't support it. Like, handhelds are not consoles. Or they're not the same thing as a regular TV console. Except for the Switch, I guess. And you have to make the games differently. So. And now, for some reason, I will be able to stand on the clouds. Go figure. So yeah, like, I really wish I liked my Vita more. because the Vita's a nice piece of technology, but I don't know. Games are too complicated. No, mostly cards. You wanted a card of Crash as a Digimon? Did they make that, or you just wanted that to exist? Oh, Small World was PS1. It was Nintendo PS2. Darkside was planned for Twisted Metal 2, but it was cut? Oh no, I loved Darkside! Oh man, I'm sad about that. I loved Darkside. Whatever. I guess it is what it is, but that's sad to me. I didn't know that. I mean, it's interesting to know. Thank you for giving that information, but I had never heard that. Here now. Okay, good. Oh, come on! Man! You could totally make it work. Do you have whispers on? Whispers, I think, is a Discord thing, right? I don't actually have my own Discord. I only have, like, you know, like I have a Discord name, but I don't have like a channel or anything. I'm not big scale. So does that mean that like Darkseid's like is his data in the game? And they just it's inaccessible, or is it like references to his data or like production documents? Like how did you learn this fact that he was supposed to be in the game? Because there's a website I have advertised for it many times called the Cutting Room Floor, which archives a lot of that kind of information, like stuff that's in the game but inaccessible. And I don't think I'm actually not sure if I've ever bothered to look at the Twisted Metal 2 page for it. But also, I apologize for being completely internet illiterate about these sort of things. I am old chicken. I do not know film. What is this? Which GM gets find out my references. He was supposed to be a bit driven by Granny Dread. Oh, well, that's... It might be for the best that wasn't included. That sounds kind of stupid, actually. That sounds like something from Twisted Metal 3. Now that I think about it. I'm fairly certain there was supposed to be a... or in Twisted Metal 3, there's a granny character who's got, like, a baseball bat or something. Some stupid something from Twisted Metal 3. Have I expressed enough contempt for Twisted Metal 3 yet? I didn't like it. I thought it was bad. I did not like it at all. I was so excited when I found out there was going to be a Twisted Metal 3 because I loved TM2. And then it was just garbage. So dumb. Whatever. Sounds like you're a pretty big fan of the series, though, huh? Oh, see you later, Wumpa. Achoo! Blap. Can't believe they're making a TV show about it, though. I mean, there have been some successful game adaptations. Like, I think that the at least the first couple of seasons, well, the first season and half of the second season of the Castlevania adaptation was pretty good. So I mean, it can be done. I just wonder what they're gonna do with it. Yeah. I wonder if it's gonna be like really gritty and dark, or if they're gonna go like the. It'd be kind of funny if they went like a almost like a Rocket League direction with it, and they presented it as though it was some like really ordinary kind of sporting event, but you know, it's a story about people killing each other in cars. Samoa Joe. I don't even know who that is. Granny Dread drove Hammerhead in TN3. Okay, yeah, that's the lady I'm thinking about. I'm glad that didn't come to fruition, though. Because I remember thinking that was a stupid You know what that is? That's one of those, it's one of those things that you see a lot, like it's a trope that I just think is a really dumb trope. It reminds me, it's the same kind of, like, level of repetitiveness and stupidity as the little girl wielding a giant weapon trope. Like, I remember there's a game, I think it was from Guilty Gear. I don't know which one. I'm gonna play the Guilty Gear series. I just saw it. But I believe there's a character from Guilty Gear who's like a little girl who swings around like an anchor as her weapon. And it's like, oh, look how funny it is. She's like a tiny little girl, but she can swing an anchor at people. What a clever and unique situation. And I'm just sort of like, no. No, I've seen this too many times. It's like, don't do this. Use your brain. And so, like, the idea of, like, the tough granny is the same sort of thing. Where it's like, ugh, I've seen this. Don't do this again. Yeah, little girl's a vampire trope. You know, that's another one. I mean, tropes are tropes. I get it. But, well, some of them you just see so much, and you're like, I don't want to see this again. I've seen this so many times. Use your brain. Be original. I will respect you more for trying something new and failing. Technologically advanced ancient civilization. Well, I have my own pessimistic spin on that. But I mean, yeah, it's almost like a given nowadays. Like you see like stories that have like an ancient civilization. Yeah, well, they're probably gonna be technically advanced or whatever. You know? It's just so common. Like, it's like, I mean, for some stories, it's like breathing. I mean, it's like a crutch. You know, it lets you use this thing that is established, and people will recognize it, so that you can put out your own, I guess, original. I did terribly at this. I'm gonna die. Oh, I don't want that. Come on. Yep. No. Come on, Crash. He's like, it's not me, it's you, dude. I wish I hadn't already lost my thing. Okay, good. We're safe. Right. Alright. Is this level almost over? This is getting to Sunset Vista levels of dangerous. I got extra lives, that's nice. Okay, they're boxes. They're more boxes. I don't even care about the Wumpas. I just want to live. Okay. Oh, that's the end. Okay. Am I win? Am I winner? The winner is me! You know, I never played Jak and Daxter. I've heard good things about them, or at least the first one. I've heard good things about the first one. I haven't heard great things about the second one, but I haven't heard good things about the first one. But I've never played it before. Are they good? Do you recommend them? Like, do you recommend any of them outside of the tropes, I guess? Alright. Lost City, Temple Ruins. Let me check it out. I saw that you used Kekwa earlier. Kekwa is something that I only learned about recently. Because as I mentioned, I am old chicken. I do not know things that modern people talk about. And I had seen it before, and since it's, you know, all in caps, I just sort of naturally assumed it was an abbreviation for something. But I couldn't figure out what it stood for, because more often than not, I would see Kekwa and then, like, the face of a man who looked like he was in pain? And I'm like, what are you trying to say with Kekwa? What could it possibly be standing for? And apparently, if there's someone else out there who doesn't know this, apparently it is a derivation of something from World of Warcraft. Apparently if you put LOL in, like, Orcish or something, it comes out as Kek. And so someone typed Kek in, like, a group chat, and it took off from there. Ah! Just walked off the cliff. Um, I always hear people saying they're good. Nobody ever says wasn't actually good about them. Everything around it you just never vibed with. Yeah, laugh. He doesn't look like he's laughing to me. He looks like you just like stabbed him. He's like, ah! He doesn't look like he's laughing. And so I always thought it was someone being injured. I couldn't figure out what it was supposed to mean. And yeah, apparently that's it. It's LOL. It's just like it's one step removed kind of thing. But yeah, Kekwa. I am old chicken. I need to learn these things, I suppose. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of games like that where... Wow, good job, me. There are a lot of games like that where they're widely known to have one impression to the point that people will present that impression as though it is objective. So they will present a subjective opinion as objective. Good example, Sonic 06. I think many people would say, oh, Sonic 06, that's a terrible game, and no one should ever play it. Lol, what a terrible game. And then you ask them, it's like, well, have you played it? And they're like, no, of course not. Why would I bother to play a terrible game? It's like, well, then how do you have an opinion on it? I actually, like, you know, if you check my YouTube page and you see I recently finished Sonic 06, and frankly, there were things to like about it. It's just that sometimes there are games that are sort of like everyone knows that the game is such a way, and they're just like, oh, well, I'm not going to bother learning about it because everyone knows it's this way. So, I don't know. I like to try to... I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm above using common opinions, but I do like to try to get at least some familiarity with games before I make, like, too broad a stroke about them. So you said something, hang on. Only Jack game I actually enjoyed was the racing game because it actually does a good job marrying its stupid, vapid humor with cringy edgelord attitude. Other games just constantly flip-flop in tone, Sonic Adventure 1 or 2. No, Sonic 06, so Sonic Adventure 3. The PlayStation 3 one. As for Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, I would say that Sonic Adventure 2 gets the kind of reputation that you were describing, where it's like, they were like, oh, Sonic Adventure 2, that's a great game. And SA1 I enjoyed, but I think that's because I have really strong memories of it from when the Dreamcast first came out. So, like, the actual game is fine. You know, it doesn't set the world on fire. It was an enjoyable game. But SA2 doesn't have the adventure parts. It's just Sonic game. You know? I don't know. I feel like for Sonic Adventure 2, by removing all the adventuring parts, it's not really an adventure anymore. It's just a Sonic game. So, I like Sonic Adventure 1 for all the mindless wandering around the town. And they brought that back for Sonic Adventure 3, aka Sonic 06. I will continue to insist that Sonic the Hedgehog from 2006 was in fact Sonic Adventure 3 by a different name. And no one wanted to accept that. No one was happy with that idea, and so they rejected it. I saw that you said something, give me a moment. I'm currently trying to make my way through a dangerous temple. Don't kill me. Okay, good. Alright, bats. Oh, is this the place where you're just supposed to walk off the edge? It is! Oh, yeah. Just walk off the edge. Yeah, this. Took me a while to find this. Let's see. Enjoyed the hub in Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2. Chow World is so good. Well, okay. I never got into Chows. And I know some would say, it's like, well, then you didn't actually play Sonic Adventure. It's like, well, okay, fine. I was never into the Chows. It just felt like a hassle to me. I didn't want to bother. And so that idea that, like, it's, you know, Sonic Adventure 2 is good because of the Chow World, if that's the only thing that keeps the game good, then I missed out on whatever made the game good. Let's see. You will defend Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter to everyone here trash it? Yeah. Well, I can't support you on that one. I like the rest of the Breath of Fire series, but I don't know. I never got very far in Breath of Fire 5. I didn't like the limited save thing. Like, I get it. You don't need to save constantly, but I do in video games. And I hated the idea that someone's like, you can only save sometimes. It's like, no, come on, man. I want to save before I go into a dangerous area. Don't make me use a payphone over and over again. I don't know. I didn't play it very far, so I'm not trying to trash it too much. I think I got as far as having all 3 playable characters, and like, I know I at the very least got to the point where Ryu had turned into a dragon. So I knew about that. I remember that because I didn't realize you were supposed to turn it off the first time. Like, I didn't know how it worked. And so I just kind of like maxed out my dragon gene gauge like immediately. I was like, oops, that was a mistake. Wasn't supposed to do that. Let's say not only that, the saves are programs that if you copy it to another memory card, the game doesn't load it to prevent cheesing. I mean, yeah, it's novel. It's just frustrating to me because of the way I usually play RPGs. I was like, why are you making it so this isn't Resident Evil. I know it's made by the people who made Resident Evil, but it's not Resident Evil. Why are you making me conserve my save files? I don't know. Just different, but I'm sure if I tried it again and gave it like a solid look through, I might have a better opinion of it. Yeah! Another perfect, baby! Yeah! Did we get a color gem for that? Is it the blue gem? No, it's the white gem. That's fine. Still useful. Dragon Quest takes a lot of... oh, wait, hang on. Oh, Dragon Quarter. I see DQ and I immediately think Dragon Quest. Takes a lot of risk and the fans didn't like it. Yeah, it's very different. And it did end the series. Which is always a tragedy. You know, like when an unpopular game finishes the series. Digimon World 1 is one of my faves, but I can't see why others wouldn't like it. I have never interacted with anything related to Digimon. I don't know anything about the series. I know it takes place in the digital world, and they're digital monsters. That's it. Anything beyond that, nothing. I got no idea. I got no further knowledge of Digimon. And I'm glad you liked it. I think probably the only, like, you know, pet, like, that kind of game that I played was Pokemon. Well, Pokemon and then, World of Final Fantasy, which I really enjoyed, but I primarily enjoyed it because I like the Final Fantasy series, you know? Like, as a, I guess, pet collection simulator, it's fine. It doesn't really push the envelope at all. Digimon games are all over the place. I can see that. I hate this Warthog of Doom. You can't kill him. You can only run. Fear the dreaded Warthog of Doom. I want that. Glad Monster Rancher isn't a dead series. It's... Okay, I'm sorry. Is it not? I didn't know that. I saw you said other things. Give me a sec. Okay. What do you got? What do you got? DW1 is... I read that and I think Dynasty Warriors. As a virtual pet crossed with an open world RPG. What is it for? Like, what did Digimon World 1 come out for? That sounds interesting. I'm always on the lookout for, like, people recommending obscure games to me. Because, I mean, that's a lot of what my channel is. I like to play weird games. So it's always interesting to hear people say, like, I like this game, and no one ever talks about it. It's exactly the kind of fodder I'm looking for. Oh, nice! Come here, Jim. Where are we going? Here we go! Whee! Okay, cool. Oh, I remember this. I remember this from when I was getting the, all the gems. Yeah, I think there's something back here, first of all. There's not. Now I know. Alright, so bump this. That sends the exclamation point over here. And then... what do I do here? I just... oh, I messed it up! No, I messed it up! I needed to be up there! Oh, I messed it up! Lose! Lose, lose, lose! Dungeon... DW2 was PS1, DW2 was a dungeon crawler, DW3 is a bog standard RPG, DW4 is hack and slash, there's a card game, a Smash-like. They really couldn't figure out what they wanted. Latest game's a visual novel? That's fascinating. Huh. I mean, that kind of makes me want to investigate it just because that's so weird. I wonder why they just kept changing. Were they, like, unsuccessful? Did people not buy them? And that's the only reason I could think of that they would make such radical changes to gameplay over and over again is because people weren't buying them, but that's crazy. Very interesting, though. Digital monsters save the digital world. Hello, Warthog of Doom. I see you. I see you in your warthogginess. Your Warthog. The Warthog of Doom. By the way, thank you very much for coming out and talking with me. It is always fun when I have someone show up for a stream because I can talk about things and get interesting information. Even the TV shows kept experimenting. Yeah, I mean, you gotta respect experimenting, but there is an element of desperation to it when you change quite that much, you know? It's like, you gotta fixate on something. Okay, and... there we go, yeah. I knew there was a safe way to do it. Okay, cool. And then we got a bunch of crates. Got a bunch of extra lives. I have 84 lives? I have so many lives. Oh my goodness. It's like a Mario game now. I kind of don't want to be moving fast right now, though. I feel like I'm going to walk off something if I'm not careful. It's very silly looking. Alright. Herp. Hop. Whoop. Gotta make noise whenever you make jumps. Otherwise, you're not playing right. It's important, you gotta make stupid noises when you play a video game. That is the truth. I kinda hate that they have the broken platforms. Because as far as I know, there's no point to them. They're just sort of like set dressing that falls when you get near them. So it's just kind of there to like remind you that you failed, I guess, or distract you maybe? I'm not really sure. But alright, Warthog. I see you there. Worthing around. Oh! Okay, I'm alive. Yeah. Yeah, I survived. Hooray. Alright, Mr. Toidle. Whoa! Boing! Whee! Oh, it's so nerve-wracking. Yeah, baby! Let's see. Nice. Monster Rancher was a PS1, PS2 series where you generate a monster raised by putting these in your console. Fun fact, Aku Aku was named after a restaurant that Naughty Dog T frequently frequented while making Crash. That is fun. And yes, that was very scary. It's not much fun to jump out there. I didn't know that. Aku Aku. I thought it was just kind of made up. Aku Aku. I still wish I knew what he says when he says like hoobalaba or badi badi pudia. I mean, that's what I think he's saying, but I don't know what he's actually saying. Alright, y'all, I'll tell you what. I'm going to take a little break and get myself a drink. So we're going to go on intermission. I will be back shortly. Alright, I'm back. I have the delicious taste of sun-kissed mango orange, which is something else. I bought a whole case of these, you know, like a 12-pack, and sort of wish I didn't. But, I mean, they're not bad. They're just, you know what it is? It's a drink that would be fine if you only had half the can, you know? Do you ever encounter that? Like, it's like, this would be good half the time, so to speak. That's sort of how I feel about this mango orange, but I used to drink strawberry sun-kissed, but then I moved and I can't find it anymore. It's just not in the new place I live. I was just really surprised about that when I first found it. I was like, oh, I guess I won't drink strawberry sun-kissed anymore. Flip. Boulder's not gonna cause me any problems. Fine, I'll just... So if Cortex created Crash to be the general for his army, why did he create Tawna? You know, it's a good question. I mean, ostensibly, she was already, like, you know, a fully sized, like, humanoid Bandicoot while they were both imprisoned by Cortex. So maybe Cortex's vortex, the Cortex vortex, doesn't actually make them into, like, you know, anthro characters. Maybe it just makes them crazy? PR agent? Yeah, maybe. I mean, she's got her own portrait in his castle, so apparently she is at least high profile enough for that. PR agent. Kind of like that. Something tells me that Cortex would just assume he would be the best PR agent. I feel like he would want to announce all of his schemes. He's like, yes, of course. I will explain all of my Cortex... What do you call Cortex commandos and why they're taking over the world. No one needs to question it. Dr. Brio's like, but Dr. Cortex... It's... Nobody really wants to be taken over by giant animals. He's like, shut up, you. Interesting thing I found out from, I think it was the manual. They mentioned that Dr. Brio is actually the better scientist of the two. Oh, I hate this part because it's so hard to judge these jumps. I hate this part. They mentioned in like the manual that Dr. Brio is actually like the better scientist of the two, but he has like confidence issues, and so and so Dr. Cortex kind of like takes it. Is that a pit? I can't tell if that's a pit or not. It's not a pit. Okay. He has like confidence issues, and so like Dr. Cortex kind of takes advantage of him. This is an unsettling room, isn't it? The Evolve Array makes them Anthro, and the Cortex was the... Okay, so... Yeah. She is fully sized, alright. Yep. Do they really? That's interesting. Since this is the only one I've ever played, I only know this game to go off of. You sure do know a lot about the series, though. It's really interesting hearing all this information that I am not familiar with. Thank you for sharing. What's the smug picture you put up here? What is this? I smug. Did I already get this? Okay. So we're doing pretty good. I still don't have the orange one. Oh, do I have to play Sunset Vista? No! I hate Sunset Vista! Can I go somewhere else? No. I hate Sunset Vista. Cortex and Brio met in high school, and Cortex outshining him breaks Brio mentally. Huh, okay. That's pretty neat. I mean, that would explain why Brio seems to be kind of crazy. That's cool. But that was almost a mistake. So again, if you didn't watch my series, I have a bit of a history with this level. I hate Sunset Vista. I spent an entire 30-minute episode on this one level. So, yeah, I'm not excited to be back here. Who knows? Maybe I'll do fine. Maybe it'll be fine. We'll find out. You know how that is in some games. You just have, one level becomes your bane. You're just like, I hate this level so much. Oh, no. Okay, good. No, great. Bat! Kill! Oh, okay. Go! What do you suppose these, ancient traps run off of? What sorts of power do you think they use? Wind power? Water power? Magic power? I don't know. Who can say? But they work very well. And they're extraordinarily regular, considering they're all attached to, ancient temples. Tell you what, that's that ancient technology again, right? Alright, hang on. Oh, wait. I had in my head that there was a nitrous Brio there. Guess not. Back. Okay. Bloop. The notes really sound like cartoon pitch. Still salty we never... It would have been... The ruins were supposed to be from the ancient Lemurian civilization. That's a real thing, isn't it? I feel like I've heard of the Lemurians before. Maybe just from Crash Bandicoot, but... yeah. It would have been good as a cartoon. I think that this would have been a solid cartoon had they gone through with that. I didn't know that there was supposed to be a cartoon. It seems like I should have read that, that book better than I did. Because it sounds like a lot of the information you're describing comes from that, but, I didn't know there was a cartoon. There's a cartoon being worked on a few years ago. You know, that was a funny thing about Crash, and I mentioned that during my playthrough, is I sort of thought that Crash had disappeared, and that when they did, the Crash, Crash Insane Trilogy, and then they did Crash 4, that was the first time Naughty Dog was trying anything with the IP in years. But no, I mean, it was pretty consistently still around. I didn't hear about it, so go figure. Sorry, I'm watching these. Oh, hey, Lori. Welcome, welcome. We're doing some Crash Bandicoot gym hunting with my friend. I'm laughing to death. Naughty Dog left after Crash Team Racing. And so far, things have actually been going pretty well. But it's good to see you, Lord. Welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy Crash Bandicoot. Oh, I'm invincible. This is a bad place to be invincible. Because it changes your motion as well. Well, it's helpful here, I guess. No, screw you, bat. Get out of the bat. I won't have any of your battery. Death to bat. Why did it turn into Wumpas? That's weird. Ooh. It's nice that recent Crash games have been using content from all of the series. It is. It's cool. I don't know. Crash would have fit in perfectly with Kids WB. Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. I still have never known whether or not I thought the Earthworm Jim cartoon was a good idea. I mean, I liked some things about it. I certainly watched it when it was out, but come on, dude. Get over here. It was just so... I don't know. Not what I was looking for, I guess. It's like I remember when I was younger, they had like Freakazoid and then Earthworm Jim on Kids WB, and I would always watch both. But I definitely got to where I liked Freakazoid a lot more. Freakazoid has lived better in memory than did the Earthworm Jim cartoon. You know, take that as you will, but... Oh, I thought that was going to bounce me. I just sort of assumed it would bounce me. Oh boy. What is this? Okay. Oh, it's just all of them at the same time. Alright, here we go. Oh, I'm gonna go! It's like I didn't know what I was doing, I was just gonna go. Ah! I'm invincible again! Oh, when invincibility is inconvenient! Well, okay. Inconvenient invincibility! Alright. Run! Okay, good. Still alive. Ow, my head! Oh, gosh. I hate Sunset Vista so much. No! That was the end, too! That was the end of the level! I hate Sunset Vista. Gran Turismo's getting a movie? Is it just a racing movie? Do those games have some sort of plot? I thought they were just realistic racers. Why would you want to make a... Why would you want to make a movie out of that? Like, would it just be a race? Yeah, that was a pretty ripperoni moment right there, man. And I was doing good, too. I wasn't going to say anything, but I was, like, all proud in the back of my head. I'm like, maybe we're going to do some one try. Take that, Sunset Vista. And then I, of course, screwed something up. So proud of myself. Never be proud of yourself. Always be ashamed. It's a terribly tragic way to go through life. Over the ball. Death. I think that there was a Nitrous Brio level here the first time I came here, and I actually already beat it. I guess he just doesn't come back. Quite strange. Blip. I'm so sad that I messed that up. Oh, we were right there at the end. That was at the end of the level. We were very, very close to the end of the level. Why do I know that? Because I had to play this game 50 million times. Frickin' sons of bitch. Why is it so long? Why is this one level so much longer than the rest of the game? It feels like every one... What? How did I survive? I don't care. I survived somehow. It's good. Yeah, it seems like every one of the main, like the worlds has like a one level that's like absurdly longer than the others. Like in the first world, it's the Great Gate, which makes sense because it's the last level in the stage. In this world, it's this one. And I guess probably in the third world, it's like slippery climb, I guess. Ah, no, not you. Right. Bounce. Uh-oh. Yep. Saw that going wrong. Oh, someone said this as a Cortex. Okay. The streamer I ran to said they were in the tournament early on. Apparently it's about a tournament where the winner becomes an actual driver. Oh. Huh. An Elder Scrolls adaptation. Yeah, I mean, that would have to be like a full-on, like, Game of Thrones situation for them to get the whole story, right? For all that, I've never actually played I've never played any Bethesda games before. I don't know, it's not that they didn't seem interesting. I think they just seemed too expansive to me. Like, I was like, I don't want to play this game for the rest of my life. No. I like when games have ends. It's nice with... Oh, I'm dead. Okay. See you later. Morrowind is still worth playing, but it hasn't aged well. I remember, I had friends in high school who played Morrowind, and I remember they really enjoyed it because there were certain things about it that you could, like there weren't caps on what you could do with, like, enchanting, I think. And so they would make, like, these potions and, like, spells that could just do, like, ridiculous things. Like, I want to say one of them made, like, a jump spell that allowed you to jump so far that the game would lag out because it was trying to load the new areas. Like, it would have to, like, load new chunks of the map just to allow you to, like, land and stuff like that. I don't know. I didn't get into it, but I do remember them being into it, so. I think the only Bethesda game that I even tried playing, actually, was Oblivion. And that was only because a friend of mine had it on his, like, PS3, I think. Which I doubt is the best way to play it, but that's what we had. And I remember trying, and I'm like, this is kind of neat, but not for me. But one thing I do like about the concept of those games is how just, like, exploring around stuff can happen. You know, you just kind of, like, find stuff. And, like, you're like, oh, here's a cave. I wonder what's inside. And it's like, oh, that's an entire side quest that we weren't going to mention. It's like, oh, all right. I think that's kind of neat, you know? I think it's neat to have stuff like that in the game because it rewards people just kind of looking around, which is neat. It's pretty much the bane of anyone who wants to see everything in the game, but it is a neat idea. Oh, that timing. I think we got these two on a bad sync right now. Ugh. Oh, they're terribly synced up. Probably just gonna have to take a hit. Ow! My body! Hey-oh! Oh wait, no, it's bad! Remember the last second that was bad. That's a trap. What do we got here? Channing and Spellcraft is totally broken. The thing about Morrowind is that they weren't sure what they were capable of doing yet, so they just did tons and tons of stuff. It was weird because they were trying to bite off the success of Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I get that. I can definitely see that vibe. Now, if you're interested, and you've never seen it before, there's a pretty funny series of videos that Mr. Peanut Butter Gamer did about, that he describes as the collection series. He did one for both, I think, Oblivion and Skyrim. And what he does is he goes through and does all of the Daedric Prince quests to get all of the Daedric items. That's a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't know anything about the series, and so I probably missed a lot of like the jokes, but it's still fun to watch, just because it's fun to see the weird stuff you have to do to appease these, you know, dark gods. A little advertisement for Mr. PPG. I mean, he doesn't need it from me, but there you go. He's gonna be a dad soon. Or he's gonna be a dad at some point. That's weird. It's really strange to think about. Because he has such a childlike character. It's strange to imagine him being responsible enough to have a child. You know? It's like, aren't you a kid, PPG? How can you have a child? You are a child. Whatever. Good for him and his wife. It almost always involves killing a guy. Yeah, some of them are really weird though. Like the one, there's one involving what's his name? The Mad God? I can't remember what his name is. The guy who gives you the Wabbajack. His involved like stealing cheese and like killing sheep and then summoning dogs to rain down from the sky. Just really weird stuff, but it was very entertaining. I recommend that if you're interested. Wonder what type of food was served at Aku Aku, the restaurant that inspired this invincibility. What did they serve at Aku Aku? Oh, that's not great. Oh, now I have to do this for real. Okay, I did it. I survived. Hooray. Go! No! Bugger me! Yeah, Shogaroth. Cheese guy. I just remember you had to steal cheese to summon rats. Vermin. Another thing I thought was kind of cool about the Daedric Princes was this idea that, like, they weren't good, they weren't all good or bad, nor were they all, for that matter, male. They were just sort of, like, Daedric Prince was just a term used to describe, like, this group of beings that was on a higher plane than, I don't know, everybody else. It was cool, you know? Cool idea. Well, I have 97 lives, so I'm not hurting for that, but... Unsurprisingly, Sunset Vista is giving me a lot of headache. We're also up, almost up against time, so this will take at least one more stream to finish. Which is fine. I'm fine with playing more of this. If, by the way, you are new and are interested in watching these, I typically stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays at around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, if you want to watch, that's when you do so. And I'll be back on Thursday. So, will play more of this then. Maybe we can succeed at Sunset Vista before I have to go. Wouldn't that be lovely? Ooh, I hate this level. I hate this level so much. Which is a shame, really, because it's actually a very neat level. It's just the idea of getting through it with only one life is the hard thing, you know? That's the part that's frustrating. If that wasn't a requirement, it wouldn't be nearly as much of a headache. But, on the other hand, I mean, it is doable, and, you know, I am trying to go for the best ending, so... I get it. Yeah. Hubba. Oh. Doggone it, they're badly synced up again. Oh, well, I thought I dodged it, actually. What now? Oh, you. Okay. Leaping lizard. Why I oughta. Okay. That almost killed me, but it didn't, so hooray. Oh. Whee. Ow, my head. Crash 4 looked at Sunset Vista and said, "Well, you like long, drawn-out levels? We'll have a ton of them!" Yeah. Do subsequent Crash Bandicoot games have the same sort of, like, bonus system with the gems? Or is that only the first one? Because, again, only played the first one, so I don't really know. But if they kept this trend up of, like, you know, get all the crates without dying once, that would be quite a nuisance. Come on, here we go. Blah, 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 blah. You know, for a while I didn't actually know that killing both bats would stop the bat storm, and so I wouldn't bother. Other games usually have some sort of gimmick for each gem, like finish a level without hitting any boxes or something, or taking the death route. Gotcha. I'm glad they were creative about it. That's good. Okay, good. You there! Come with me. Herp. I gotta wait. I want to be able to cheat here. Be able to cheat. Much easier. Oh, okay. Hang on. Come back. Out. Okay, good. Invincibility again. I mentioned it in the playthrough as well, but does it ever seem weird that the mechanism by which you get invincibility in this game is delivered when you have successfully not needed invincibility for a while? Like, you become invincible after you didn't need it for a while. You know, it seems very odd to me that the game was structured in that way. Yeah, it's weird, I think, but it's fine, I guess. You know, it's a game mechanic. All right, is that all that's back here? Looks like it. Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart. I thought I didn't make that jump. Oh, my heart. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Oh, checkpoint, no! Don't be checkpoint, be end of level. This stage goes on forever. No. Oh no, Sunset Vista, I hate you. I don't want to stay at this vista. It's so sunsetty. No, come on, there we go. Oh, okay. 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 So I think we have a leaping lizard here next. Bonk. Oh, end of level! Oh, we might have done it. I really hope I did it. I really hope I did it. If you die enough times, you get pity Akus. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with pity. Oh, fingers crossed. Come on, man. Was that it? Did I get them all? Yes! I don't have to play Sunset Vista anymore. Yeah! 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 And it is just a white gem. I thought it was the... Where's the blue gem? I have no idea. Whatever. Alright, well, this has been fun. This has been fun. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Laughing to Death and Lemon Lori. I don't know if you're still here. We will try to finish this on Thursday. So I hope you'll come back and join me for that. But for now, that will be all the crashing and bandicootery that I will do tonight. I am the MoeChicken. This has been Crash Bandicoot. And thank you for stopping by.